What's going on, YouTube? It's Paul Piper back here with you. And tonight, we're going to be doing another pipe tobacco review. We are going to be reviewing, drumroll please, Gaslight by GL Pease. Now this is a pipe tobacco, very suitable for the evening after dinner, and held in pretty high regard by the pipe tobacco community. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And I'm smoking it in a pipe that I've owned for probably about 7 or 8 years. It's one of my favorites. I do reserve it for English blends, if that's something that you haven't been doing, reserving pipes for at least, if not a particular blend, at least a particular type of tobacco. So Virginia Periques, maybe have some pipes set aside for those. And of course, Latakia, Burleys, whatever you want to do. And then if you accumulate more pipes, maybe you'll devote a particular pipe to a particular type of tobacco. That way the pipe gets accustomed and the flavors that it absorbs will be what you're continuing to smoke in it. So if you want to get that into it and go that route, then more power to you. But right now I devote pipes by class, I would say. And this Savinelli Bing's favorite is reserved for Latakia English blends. And like I said, I've had this for about 8 years. Bought it at a shop in JR Cigars in the city, outside of the city of Detroit, in Southfield, Michigan. And nice long stem on this, long shank. Smokes well, and it's got the classiness inherent to it because it's associated with Bing Crosby, one of my favorites. Listening to some good old big band music. I've Got It Bad and That Ain't Good. Great tune. Alright, let's get a look at this presentation. Well, we've got the emblem for GL Pease, some well-matured tobacco leaves, and then we have Gaslight, and in the background there you can see it's a image of a cityscape darkened by the night, and you can see the illumination, not of starlight, but of gaslight. And this is from the Old London series. So it's quite appropriate, probably taken from an image of 19th century London, the streets of London, illuminated by these old iron lampposts that were fueled by gas at the time, not electric. So that's going way back. I would probably not really want to see what an image of 21st century London would look like. Probably be a hell of a lot different. London's changed quite a bit in the last 50, 60 years. But for another day, another topic. We have some branding here. So I'll go ahead and read that for you. A rich Latakia mixture pressed in 1-ounce cakes on a misty, moonless night, along twisted cobblestone lanes illuminated only by the glow of ancient iron lanterns. You follow a scent as dark as the night itself, the exotic fragrance hauntingly familiar, compelling, irresistible. Open the tin, discover the mystery. Are you ready to discover the mystery of Gaslight? And as far as the tobacco itself, they say 1 ounce cakes. Well, what are they referring to? Well, you get 2 of these. This is pressed into a plug or a cake. Take strips of the different tobaccos, press it, and then slice it into 1 ounce portions. And you might want to know, if you haven't smoked a plug or a crumble cake or something like this, a pressed tobacco, you're just going to take one of these, take it by strips, by layers, flake it off. You can see it, it does flake off. Rub it out, pull it apart, separate it if you want to your liking, and then fill your bowl. Very simple. Now, the composition of Gaslight is pretty heavy dose of Latakia, and that's apparent from taking a whiff of it out of the tin. Very strong campfire smell, smokiness. That's what predominates. Well, across the board, you get nothing else. But there are red Virginias in this. It's going to should have a sweetness associated with that. And then you have the Orientals, and you're going to get a little bit of spiciness out of that. And when you pick up those cakes, you get a fair amount of, see the little black dust on there? Well, that's the carbon from the smoke of the fire that cured the Latakia. And you're going to get that with any type of Latakia, because that's how they cure it. They light a fire under it and they smoke it. So that's why it's smoky, or majority of the reason why it's smoky. Now I've had this alight. We'll see what we have to say about this. I would say Gaslight's one of the more popular English blends out there. It's a pretty strong following. Now, my impression of Gaslight, and again, I've smoked a fair number of bowls of this, is that it's a very smooth English. It's not overpowering. I would say that the strength, as much as they want to try to market it as a full-bodied smoke, full flavored, deep, all those strong and powerful adjectives, I don't really think are appropriate. I think it's a very medium English. You do taste the sweetness of the red Virginias. But the smokiness of the Latakia jumps to the forefront, followed by a little wee touch of sweetness. As far as the Orientals, Very, very light. Not much spice in this. If you want a spicy, check out my review of Picayune that I just did. It's not in English. It's got burley, quite a bit of Perique, and Turkish Orientals. That's a spicy smoke. Good smoke. This is in a class with Nightcap, Dunhill's Nightcap. Of course, the leaf is presented differently since it comes in a crumble cake. A pretty good moisture. I mean, it's fairly moist. But Dunhill Nightcap has more flavor. I think that there's quite a few Englishes out there that just are more exciting. Gaslight is not particularly thrilling, exciting. I wouldn't call it monochromatic, but it's pretty close. You get a very mild flavor of smoke, campfire-esque, and just a touch of sweetness, like I said, and very, very minor spiciness. Is this something that you're going to smoke all day, every day? No, I don't think it is. Gaslight, like many Englishes, are going to be something that you're going to smoke in the evening after a meal. Of course, there are many people who smoke different English blends all day long. But I wonder how many of those English smokers smoke something like Gaslight as their everyday smoke. I don't think, probably not very many. One, because it's kind of a chore to prepare it, rubbing it out, and it's probably not something that is going to be very convenient to do. So, I'll recommend it for everybody to try, and especially if you like Englishes, if you like mild. I'm going to say mild to medium. I don't think that it would be something that I would recommend that people who are transitioning from either American style tobacco, pipe blends, or aromatics to go straight to Gaslight. I wouldn't. I would recommend more of a transitional English, something like Frogmorton Cellar or something like that. So this is going to be something that if you've discovered that you like English and you want to explore some of the different manifestations of English, then pick up Gaslight and maybe you'll like it. So as far as the score, I would give it, it is a quality tobacco. It's a premium tobacco. There's no chemical flavors, propylene glycol, anything like that. It's just kind of blasé as far as I'm concerned. Nothing too extraordinary, but nothing bad. So I would say as far as the score, I'm going to give it a 6.75. And, it could go up to 7. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. So anyway, pick some up, try it out. Let me know what you think. Do you like Gaslight? Have you had it? Is it one of your favorites? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like. And, you know, I appreciate all the people who've been subscribing lately. You know, I like to keep this channel going, keep making videos of different topics, whether it be dip or chew or pipe tobacco, or me rambling on some current event. I'm going to keep trying to make a few every once in a while and keep it going. So, thank you for subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And until next time, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, I'll see you. It's been Paul Piper. Take care.